Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Lambeau. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown pass.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Christian Watson, the man he was looking for. But it's going to be second down. You talk about this Seahawk defense. They were terrific a week ago in the win over the Lions.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Off the play fake, Winslow. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Now quickly here with Smith and Jigba. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, 1st down.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the 1st quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, exactly right. What's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him. So it's...
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Kenneth Walker with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau. Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
You talk about this Seahawk defense. They've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
This secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a 1st down. They'll run with a big back, A.J. Dillon. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, That's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
On second down, another run for Dillon. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Packers. A.J. Dillon, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are an extra point away from evening this one up.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first rating, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but takes it all the way into the end zone.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Here's Rick Rowland bringing it out of the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble to bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that #1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it, his team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that #1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through. And I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
They'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Winslow. And that'll be complete to Dillon. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Running right, here's Dillon. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
To throw on 2nd down. Winslow. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
The kick by Marr is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, That's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Yeah, we will get another look at Seattle's offense. And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
2nd and 6. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in third in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first, because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
Walker now on 1st and 10. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. The Seahawks at 11-4 now on the year. They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
2nd and 5. They'll try the air now with Smith. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
They ran that one well. And not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 64 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
2nd down and 6 now. Out of the gun again to Charbonnet. Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the... first down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. But now he appears to be in some pain. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. They can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They'll try for the first with Walker. Well, he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Short throw to Musgrave, and he'll get nothing out of that one. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
The Packers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Winslow. Towards the middle and caught by Musgrave. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. This is taken at the 18. Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10 right at the 30. Hands it to Walker to begin the series. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
They kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, That'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Geno now to throw. And that is incomplete. And the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 16. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. Was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
To throw on 3rd down, Winslow. And that is incomplete.
I know we spent a lot of time talking about how the defensive backs read routes and make plays on the football. How about a good linebacker feeling the route, seeing the quarterback, jumps the play, and knocks it away? Really well done.
It's taken to the 26. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. You don't see that too often, Charles. He punted that away and then hustled up to make the stop as well.
Yeah, because oftentimes they serve as their own safety after punting it. You want to be the last guy, but he decided to get involved in the action, didn't he? And what a spark that's got to provide for the rest of his team when they see their punter out there making a...
He's got a man complete. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf, 55 yards. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Now Myers for the extra point. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17 to 10. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Now the Packers get set to go. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. The drive starts with a carry by Dillon. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Off-play action. Winslow. Now, a quick throw there is incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
That is caught. And he's going to have the Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
On 1st and 10, Winslow got his man complete over the middle. It's Reed. Now a 2nd and 6. They'll look to throw again. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 30. That one good for 26 and a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
The throw over the middle taken in. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. A great job there, Charles, just to hold on, absorb that contact. I guess that's the risk you take catching the ball toward the middle of the field.
It is, and if you're going to gain yardage, you're going to have to go there at some point. But how about the read, okay? The eyes on that play, stepping out from the middle of the field and really making a big hit. Did not get free. But, boy, that's a tough area to go into when you're going into his spot.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Again, he'll drop to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Operating from the gun, Winslow. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. Marr able to put this one through. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So they're able to win that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Now Gino on 1st down. Throw out wide to Walker. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Smith on 1st down. Going deep for Walker. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play.
But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Smith and Jigba in motion right.
And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds.
Out of bounds, down at the 9-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
It's 2nd and 7 from the 9.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Noah Fant, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Well, with that touchdown pass, I'm going to bring up a point from earlier in the year. Some of the fans were saying, when do we turn to the rookie? Well, he's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, I love the fact that the fans are bringing that up because I'm not the head coach, okay? So he's got to deal with it. But I think it's a legitimate question. With the way their season is going, I think now is the time to turn the page and let him get some starts before this season is over.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Winslow. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
On 3rd down, here's Dillon. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the 2nd quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. It'll be a gain of 3 on what should be the final play of this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start by heading out west, State Farm Stadium in Glendale, where it was the visiting Patriots come in and get the victory on the road. Ramondre Stevenson, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. From there,
we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the 3rd quarter.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the 2nd half is underway. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the 3rd.
And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this 2nd half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Now Smith. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air defensively. They were aware of that, and certainly were prepared on that throw.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Gino. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Here's the give to McIntosh. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Second down, here's Charbonnet. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line.
10 yards and a Seattle first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run with McIntosh. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On second down, it's Walker. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4.
Two tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Throwing is Smith. And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is up to 18 now. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2.
They'll begin the drive with a run by Dillon.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
87 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Looking to throw. Winslow. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
And that's going to be incomplete.
Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Back to throw. Winslow. He's going to let it go again. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
This is fielded at the 7. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
This is 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Geno. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf. Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Myers connects on the PAT, and they open the lead up now to 25.
Packers 13. Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Now come the Packers for their next drive as we take a look at the playoff race in the NFC coming into the weekend. Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason, that's what we're always striving for. I think we get it during the regular season, too, because you never know how things are going to go during the final weeks of the season. Every team pulling out all the stops to get a better seed or just to get one of those 7 seats at the table.
On 2nd down, another run for Dillon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Throwing on first down. Winslow. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There's a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
And you can tell just by looking at him that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another 4th down.
Taken in at the 11. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. DK Metcalf of the Seattle offense about set to take over once again. Seems like
for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting him, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
They'll start this drive out on the ground, and he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
From the 20, here's 2nd and 9.
Looking to throw. Peters. And his throw is incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Peters. This ball caught by McIntosh. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. Well, the screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
And he'll send this one into the cold Lambeau night. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
2nd and 10.
From the gun, it's Dillon. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here.
109 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
From the gun on 3rd down, Winslow. And that one too wide and incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. They'll look to set up his blockers. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And out now come the Seahawks. They're just looking for more of the same. Great first half so far. Good second half. And sometimes, I guess, maybe, Charles, these coaches, they don't have to tell these guys much when they're rolling like they're rolling right now.
You're exactly right. I've heard stories of some of the best coaches in our time or any time having grabbed their staffs at halftime and said, guys, they're playing really well. Don't go in there and give them a whole lot of stuff. Just pat them on the back. And essentially the speech at halftime is, let's go, guys.
Back now at Lambeau. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Looking to throw on second down. Peters. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. And now the third down throw incomplete as well. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Throwing to start the drive. Winslow throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Winslow. He finds his man. Complete. That's Warner. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
4 receivers on the field. It's 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Winslow. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They turn it over. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. And this is McIntosh. Down at the 35. It'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And a short gain down to about the 33.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Now here's Jason Myers. He gets set for the Seahawk field goal. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. We're ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but They'll take the 3, and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He finds his man complete. It's Warner. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Back to throw. Winslow. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Winslow. He'll check this. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. On the give, here's Charbonnet. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
1-yard gain on the play. And the Seahawks first down.
Back to throw. Peters. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
So on 4th down, here's Jason Myers for the Seahawk field goal. From the right hash, this from 48. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
Let's go.
On 1st down, Winslow. Throwing left side, and Watson has it. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Looking to throw. Winslow. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
They'll run on 1st down. McIntosh. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
2nd down, here's McIntosh.
And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards 2:22 on the clock. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
On 1st and 10, it's Charbonnet.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1.
44 yards yards rushing for him now to this point.
That's a great run right there on first down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's not going to push his way forward. He's going to be stopped at the 2-yard line. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's 3rd and goal.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Try to run this one in. And he won't get to the markers. They're going to stop it for a second straight play right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. And what to do now on 4th and goal?
Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
And on 4th down, they come up and take the knee.
The Packers ready to take over offensively.
They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
That one goes for 24 yards.
So the victory here for Seattle. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on